I'm convinced this makeup look looks amazing on everyone and it is going to be my go-to summer makeup look. So I'm going to show you exactly how I achieved this. My face feels so light, like I'm not wearing makeup, but this makeup actually lasts a long time, especially in the heat, I've noticed. So if you want to know how I did this, keep on watching. But before we get into it, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also if you don't want to miss out when I post, hit the bell notification. But yeah, let's get right into it. This tinted moisturizer is an essential for summer. I don't care what anyone says. This product is so slept on. I don't know why more people are not talking about this. It's my absolute favorite. This is the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. I'm wearing the shade Light Zero, and I like to just apply this onto the skin with my fingers at first to create a nice thin layer, and then I go in with the brush to blend it out. I'm using the Hourglass foundation brush, which is a game changer. I love this brush for any kind of complexion products, honestly. But basically what I do with this is I just apply a really nice thin layer. This doesn't give me a ton of coverage, but it does give a little. It just makes the skin look hydrated, glowy, natural, but also evened out. We're gonna go in with concealer later to add the coverage where we need it. As you can see, my skin still looks really fresh, not heavy. This tinted moisturizer in particular has never caked up on me or balled up or pilled or anything like that. It always just goes on top of my skincare so nicely, which is huge for me because there's nothing that drives me more crazy than when you apply your base product on top of your skincare and immediately it just starts pilling and balling and it's just awful. So that's kind of why I stick with this one. It's really reliable. Now I'm going to add some warmth to my face because a summer look would not be complete without some warmth and bronze. So I'm going to go in with the Give Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I use the shade Heatin' Up. I've been absolutely loving this cream bronzer. It just is so good. It's a really nice bronzy shade. It's not too cool, but it's also not too warm either. And it's really creamy and easy to blend. So what I do is I apply it with my Refi dual-ended brush. I use the shorter, denser side to just kind of pack that color into the places that I want, like my cheekbones or my forehead, sides of my nose. And then I turn it around and use the fluffier side to blend it out and airbrush it into the skin. And it just gives me the most perfect bronzy look. I love it. It's also nice that it has the powder as well, but I use the cream side a lot more than the powder. So normally I would go in with blush at this stage. However, I am waiting till the end of this video because I am using some new blushes that have been very highly anticipated. So we're saving the best for last. So now I'm going in with concealer. I have been loving the Armani Beauty Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Concealer. I use the shade 3.75. This concealer just does not crease on me for some reason, but it's still very light, but it gives high coverage. Ugh, it's just the perfect concealer. So I apply that anywhere that I want to brighten. It's really good for under the eyes. I apply it in the center of the forehead, down the nose, the chin, a little around the mouth, and anywhere that I have little blemishes, I'll apply a little touch there too because it's actually good for spot concealing. And for a summer look, I feel like a really good piece of advice is just apply like half of the amount of concealer that you would normally. It's way better to have your concealer look light and airy and just fresh for a summer look. If you overdo it on the concealer, it can kind of take away from that fresh, natural, effortless summer vibe. So I think for now, this is all the creams that I'm going to apply until later. So something I've been doing that's made such a huge difference, this little like finger sponge from Flower Nose is so amazing at just making everything so blendy and seamless. I'm going to try and link it down below, but I just kind of like pounce over everything with this little finger sponge. And I just feel like it melts all of my makeup into my face and it also absorbs any extra product. So my makeup doesn't look cakey, which is key for a look like this. For the eyes, we're going to keep it really easy, quick, simple. Anyone could kind of do this look. I'm actually using a really affordable eyeshadow palette. This is the NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals eyeshadow palette, and these blend like butter. I was so shocked when I tried these out. I actually did a drugstore dupe video recently. I'll put it on the screen, but this palette is unreal. It's just as good as my Makeup by Mario Master Matte palettes. I actually am obsessed with it. I think for my crease, I'm gonna mix together these two shades here. They're just kind of like neutral brown shades. And then once I mix those two, I'm gonna swirl my brush on the palm of my hand here just to make sure all of that shadow is evenly distributed on the brush so we have no patchiness. And then using my Rephr 01 brush, I'm just going to start applying that shadow in my crease, and I just want to be really light-handed with this. I'm just following the natural contours of my eye. As always, I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just swipe that over everything really, really lightly just to diffuse those edges. With this entire makeup look, we don't really want to see where anything begins or ends. We just want everything to melt into one another. And so doing this with your eyeshadow makes a really, really big difference. And always just take your time to blend. And what I'm doing on the top, I'm going to do on the bottom too. So I'm just going to take this little pencil brush, this is the Rephr 03, and I'm going to do the same thing, mix those two shades together, and then go right in on the lower lash line. I'm not going to go all the way into my inner corner, but maybe like halfway, 2/3. So now I want to go in and brighten the lid a little bit. I'm going to mix two shades together again. I'm going to use this one and this one just to create a nice creamy lid shade. And using a Rephr 02 brush, I'm just going to pack that onto my mobile lid. I'm not blending this in together with the crease. I just want to pack that color on the lid. I do want a little bit of a baby liner, so I'm going in with this Laura Mercier Caviar Eyeliner Pencil in the shade Espresso Brown. And I'm applying that to the outer quarter of my lid and winging it out. I just want this to be so, so subtle. I'm applying that kind of messily at first and then going in with an angled brush to blend the edges out and soften everything up. This eyeliner is like the perfect color. It's not black, but it's not too light brown. It still gives you that nice intensity while still looking soft and natural. Like, I just love it. And it lasts all day too, which is really good. I find I love shadow liner, but in the summer, sometimes you need something that lasts a little bit longer in the heat and stuff like that. So I find using like kohl pencils that last a bit longer, they're kind of the way to go. And whenever I'm doing a fresh-faced makeup tutorial, I always like to do this little trick with my Sweet Bright Satin Kohl eyeliner. I like to just put a little bit in the very center of my lower waterline. This just opens up the eyes, makes them look more awake and just whiter even. It's a very subtle step, but for me, it makes a really big difference. Now before falsies, because I wanted very nice, long, fluttery, but still natural looking lashes, I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara just to blend my natural lashes with the falsies. So I'm going in with my favorite Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. This is in the shade Black. I just love this mascara. If you do a really nice thin coat, it makes the lashes look so long and separated, and that's what I'm doing. I'm really not building it up too much. I find sometimes if I go in with a really, really volumizing mascara or too many layers of mascara before lashes, it can look a little clumpy and then they don't blend with the lashes. So that's my little tip. Now for the actual false lashes, I'm going in with these ones by Pseudo Labs. They just look like this. They're very natural. These are in the style BDL08. I actually really love these Pseudo Lab lashes. So comfy, so natural, so just up my alley. I kind of like a false lash that looks like lash extensions, or just like if I had nice lashes. I've worn these before, so they do have a little bit of mascara on them, but nothing that I am worried about. I'm just going in with the Fairy Lashes lash glue. This is actually one of the only lash glues that does not irritate my eyes. I don't really know why. My eyes are so, so sensitive, but this glue doesn't really irritate them, so it's my go-to. Once your glue gets a little tacky, just pop it right on. These are pretty easy to apply, although I lost my typical lash tweezers, so getting used to these is kind of throwing me off. I start from the outer corner and then I pinch the rest of the lashes down. Okay, so it's not my finest work. I did make a little bit of a mess with the glue. I didn't actually realize how much of a difference a lash tweezer can make when you're applying your lashes. I use this like ancient Lily Lashes one and I've currently lost it. So I really need to find it because that was a little bit of a struggle, but look, they look like lash extensions. They look so natural and they're so comfy. It doesn't even feel like I'm wearing false lashes. I just love these lashes so much. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, I'm going in with blush, and today I'm using the new Rhode blushes. These are their pocket blushes, and I'm actually going to use the shade Spicy Marg, which is a really beautiful orangey coral shade. I think it'll go so nicely with this makeup look. This is the first time I've ever swatched these blushes, so I'm so excited. Let's see how they look. Pigment, immediate pigment, oh my gosh. I'm just gonna blend that out with a brush. Okay, so that blended out pretty easily actually. The pigment was a little bit intimidating at first, but it blends out to a very sheer, glowy, just really pretty shade. I was actually quite intimidated by the shade Spicy Marg at first. It looks very bright and orange, but this is just a very natural, wearable, corally shade. So good for summer. Okay, that color is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I actually never reached for like orangey blushes, but this might be my go-to blush for the summer. Are you guys seeing this? I think it looks so good. The pigment is perfect. The way it shears out is also really nice. I'd be curious to see how long these wear for. I'm definitely going to be playing with them a little bit more, but let's add a little bit on the lips and see what it looks like. It's really pretty as a lip shade too. I'm really liking this so far. I guess since we've already started with the lips, I'm going to just finish them off and then go in with powder to finish the rest of the look, but I'm going in with the Rhode Peptide Lip Tint. This is one of their new shades in the shade Peach Pit. I just thought this would match the look we have going on with the peachy cheek. That color is gorgeous. These peptide lip treatments are so juicy and so hydrating on the lips. They're one of my favorite lip balms. And I think I like this lineup of tints better than their previous lineup. These just really speak to me, especially this color. It's so cute. Let's go in with a little bit of powder. Firstly, I'm going in with under eye powder. I'm using one of my favorites, the Pat McGrath Baby Pink Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. And I like to just take this on a powder puff. I just pack a little bit on the end, and then I just go straight in and just set the under eye area really well. Make sure when you're doing this, you're patting and not dragging. And then using my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder, I'm just going to spot set anywhere else I get a little bit oily and shiny on my face. That is honestly it for this tutorial. I really just wanted it to be quick, easy, simple, and universally flattering, and I really think it turned out good. This is going to be my go-to look for the summer, for every day, or for even something a little bit more elevated. This look is absolutely perfect. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, show some love, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also if you don't want to miss out when I post, hit the bell notification to get notified. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.